Hello, my name is Elisa Deli. I'm an intuitive card reader, messenger, and astrologer. And I'm here to bring through a message. I was doing a reading for the new moon in Gemini that's happening on June 6th. And I was getting a very interesting message coming through about some kind of a blackout. These two cards came through and there's this dark cloud here, and I don't think you can pick it up on the camera, but there's like a man here with his hand over the black cloud. And I was getting the message about a blackout, and I was being shown the image of in Harry Potter when he uses some kind of like vanishing dust or something that he throws it, and it creates a lot of loud noises and bangs, and it blacks out a space, and this creates the confusion and the darkness that allows for like a quick getaway or for some other kind of thing to happen that you don't want to go unnoticed or unseen. And then I was asking who or what is causing this blackout, and I got the poet and the healer. And I noticed that the healer also here is using his hands to heal, obviously, with this other woman. And so the message that was coming through was that this is going to be some kind of blackout that is being caused or triggered by the healers, the poets, and the artists of the world, the dreamers of the world, the higher vibrational people who are on a level of consciousness, who are ready for the new earth, who are ready for the ascension of the planet, who are ready to go through this evolution of consciousness and evolution of spirit, soul, body that is being brought on by the natural organic path that we are on, that this planet is on. And I asked what is and then I ended the reading because this just felt like such a huge message that I wanted to start like a different recording just for this message about this blackout. And I'm asking what is being blacked out, and I got the 10 of Wands, the Magician reversed, and the King of Wands reversed. And the message that was coming through with the Magician reversed especially was what's being blacked out is the misuse of spiritual energy for control and domination on the planet. I'm getting a sense that there are enough healers, poets, artists, there are enough people now who are in an awakened state, in a high vibrational state that's elevated enough to where it's creating this blackout quality where the people, the forces, and the energies and entities that have been harnessing spiritual knowledge, harnessing the elements and spiritual knowledge and magic in a way that dominates, oppresses, and destroys humanity and destroys the free will and the ability for people to awaken and connect with their higher dimensional essence, that is being blacked out. Like the evil forces are being blacked out. The patriarchy, colonial, capitalist mechanisms of control that are using multidimensional, magical, spiritual forces and who serve multidimensional entities that are trying to maintain humanity in a state of servitude and collective oppression is being blacked out. It's like they will no longer have the capacity to access the power that they were accessing before, or something like that. Because I asked, what do I need to know about the blackout? And I got the Emperor, the Three of Cups, and the Five of Cups. It's like all the healers and the poets and the artists, the healers and the poets who maybe up until now have been doing a lot of healing themselves, have been doing a lot of inner work, have been doing a lot of, have been going through their own process of inner work, inner spiritual evolution and awakening. It's like all of these high vibrational advanced souls that up until now have been like working through the traumas that they were feeling. And I just saw 555 on the clock. Yes. So they're breaking through. Yes. They're breaking through breaking through the like limit upon their consciousness, which up until now, it's been like the upper limit. They're breaking through it. They're getting shit done. They're in a moment where it's like they've mastered their divine masculine energy in a way that is aligned with their emotionality and the divine feminine. They've honored their feminine energy. They've done their inner work and their healing, and they're able to get shit done now and break through the barriers and take up space and step into their roles as healers and as poets and as people of the new earth. They're able to if you're watching this, you are able to step into your role now. We are able to step into our role now. We've broken through the barrier of all the inner healing, all the ancestral trauma, all of the past life stuff. We've done enough healing. We've elevated our energies enough to where our consciousness is aligned to source in a very pure and true way, enough to where it's like we can get shit done now. We can cause and create this blackout energy that will make a difference for these forces that have controlled humanity for so long, that have oppressed humanity, that have kept humanity in a low state of consciousness, in servitude, in slavery, in complete in fear rather than in love. That's really what it comes down to. It's like there are enough people who are aligned to love instead of fear. It's like this is a harvest. This is a harvest. This blackout is a harvest. This is going to be something that brings a harvest to those who are working on the side of love, those who are team love and team nature and team source, creator, mother, alignment to heart and to the earth and to the cosmos. That our team is going to have a harvest, a bounty at this time. And team fear, team hate, team control, dominate, and abuse the earth and reject the creator, that team is going to have this blackout. And lose some of their power through the blackout. What else do we need to know about this blackout energy, please? What else do we need to know about this blackout energy, please? Child, eternal. Light attributes: determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Shadow attributes: inability to grow up and be responsible. Extreme dependency on others for physical security. And athlete: Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps, development of personal willpower, and strength of spirit. Shadow attributes: misuse of athletic ability for selfish ends, false sense of invulnerability and entitlement. Okay, so the body is mentioned in both light attributes of these. That's what I'm talking about, is the body, our bodies, the alignment of team love and the physical vessel and the energy we're carrying in our bodies, our light bodies and our physical bodies has shifted. Let me read this again. Determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. Dedication to transcending physical limits, including handicaps. Development of personal willpower and strength of spirit. That's what it feels like this team poet, team healer, team love has been doing, has been developing and dedicating themselves to transcending the physical limits, and transcending not only physical limits, but limits in general. Determination to remain young in mind, body, and spirit. Ability to see things with fresh eyes. It's not coming through as determination to remain young. It's determination to remain pure in mind, body, and spirit. So if you're watching this, if this message has come to you, you are one of the people who have been in this process of deep inner purging and healing. You've been in this process of doing this incredible alignment of your subtle bodies. You've been clearing karma. You've been doing shadow work. You've been transmuting pain. You've been bringing into the light of your awareness issue after issue after issue. Maybe the last 2 to 5 years have been really intense, have been like an intense portal of awakening, healing, and transmutation. And it's like now with this blackout, we're breaking through. It's like enough of us have gotten to a point where our vibration, our frequency, our light body, our energy body, our physical body, they're all in alignment. You may have had recently star chakra and earth chakra activations. And those are the chakras that are about 12 feet above your head and below your feet. So your light body has literally expanded 12 feet up and down and side to side, where your light body is taking up the space that it should, that all human beings are capable of taking up. That you are carrying now enough high vibrational frequency of love in you because you've transmuted the fear, you've worked through it. It's like the 100th monkey thing, you know? Have you ever heard about that? Where it's like there was some study that they were doing on an island somewhere in the Pacific where they had done a lot of nuclear bomb testing, where they put a bunch of monkeys to live on the island. And the monkeys, they taught some of the monkeys that in order to be able to eat these coconuts without getting the radiation, that they needed to wash them. And so they trained some monkeys to do that, and then the monkeys that were trained to wash the coconuts started teaching some other ones. And they noticed this 100th monkey effect, that once 100 monkeys started washing the coconuts to clean them so that they wouldn't die of radiation poisoning over time, all of the monkeys started washing the coconuts. It's something like that, like we're getting close to the 100th monkey energy. We've gotten high enough in our volume of us on the planet that the dark forces that have been up until now have kind of gone unchallenged and that haven't had any real opposition are now facing the 100th monkey effect, where it's like now I think in the coming weeks and months, spirituality is going to really break through onto the mainstream. It already is breaking through, but even more so. And awareness about the colonial, capitalist, patriarchal oppression and the ways in which the system structures and governments have been in alignment with these dark forces and are going to be exposed and obvious to anyone paying attention. This just feels like if you're watching this, it means that you are one of the people who have done this inner work. And I'm just getting a huge sense of gratitude from Source and from the Creator and from the universe, where it's like, yes, you've done the inner work. You've done the inner work enough to where now the outer reality is going to start reflecting that back to you. Is there anything else that this collective here that's drawn to this reading that they need to know at this time? What else do they need to know? What message does Source, Creator of all that ever was or will be across all space and time, want to bring through to them? To pay attention to your lower chakras. Pay attention to the lower chakras. Oh, okay. The Fool. Interesting. Let's see what it comes out. Pay attention to your lower chakras, to the lower half of your body. Make sure that you are exercising enough. Make sure that you're eating well. Make sure that you're sleeping well. Make sure that you're taking care of that physical aspect and that your daily routine is very well balanced. That you're eating nutrient-dense food that is grown in the sun. Food that is grown in the sun, preferably from a garden of yours, somewhere that isn't with pesticides. Drinking lots of water, sleeping well, taking care of those basic things are going to be very important in the coming weeks. Also paying attention to solar flares that we've been getting a lot. We've been having lots of geomagnetic storms. To be mindful that during those storms there could be more intensity and you could feel tired. To make sure you rest well during that time. Wow. Okay, so we have the Advocate. Inspires you to put compassion into action. Shadow attribute. Embracing negative causes or committing to cause for personal gain. Rescuer, light attribute, provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Shadow attributes, assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. Messiah, serving humanity with humility. Shadow attribute, exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. Hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. Shadow attribute, pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulges at the expense of others. Shapeshifter, skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness, ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow attribute, projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So the message that's coming through here is we are all in this rescuer, advocate, messiah blend, where we are advocating for ourselves and others, where we want to, the rescuer provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. Messiah serves humanity with humility. Advocate inspires you to put compassion into action. This is what we're all moving through right now, is this combination of wanting to use our compassion, our intuitive gifts, wanting to use all of the power and strength and vital energy that we've developed in these past 2 to 5 years doing all this inner work. It's like, okay, now we gotta put it to good use. Now we gotta use our compassion, our love, our high frequency, our ability to dream and to imagine a better world, a world of love and equity and right relationship with the planet and each other. We gotta make that happen. The warning is to not allow hedonism and this shapeshifter energy this ability to navigate through lots of different levels of consciousness, cloud our judgment. So the things that I was talking about, make sure you're eating well, that you're sleeping well, that you're paying attention to your lower chakras, making sure you're paying attention to your sexual energy too, that it's not running rampant or controlling you. It doesn't mean you need to be celibate, but it does mean that you need to be aware that that is something to keep in check and in balance, which I'm sure most of you already know, but this is just a reminder, right? That sexual energy, the food we eat, all of that kind of stuff, the things we indulge in, our indulgences in general, these can be things that can kind of take us off track. And the shapeshifter, making sure that you're not projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. It can be easy to get carried away with this, not carried away, it can be easy to get consumed in this spiritual work. It can be easy to get carried away by the spiritual ego that will make us believe that we are the Messiah, for example. That exaggerated belief that you are the only means through which a cause can succeed. If the spiritual messages that you're getting and the guidance that you're getting and the messages from your higher self or from your spirit guides are saying you are the only means through which a cause can succeed, the whole awakening of the planet and new earth rests on your shoulders. This is an ego trap that you need to be aware of, and it's usually some kind of a spiritual test that is being placed in front of you in order for you to transmute that ego and to rise above it. None of us are so important in that way, right? Even the great masters, even the great masters and great initiates of our times should not and cannot have this exaggerated belief that a cause can only be progressed through them. This is an ego trap. So be aware of this particular ego trap and be aware of how your habits, your indulgences, the ways in which you relax or rest or unwind, how that can take you off track, the things that bring you pleasure, how those pleasurable things can bring you off track, and also how that shapeshifter energy can make us believe that we are the Messiah, right? Be aware of that. Also be aware of this shadow attribute of the rescuer that's standing out to me. Assumes that the rescued will reciprocate. Keeps the rescued one needy. You can help people, but it should only be coming from a place of overflow. Make sure your cup is so full that it's overflowing, and that giving, nurturing, and helping others is a natural consequence of your current high vibrational state, rather than trying to give as an expression of your high vibrational state. Does that make sense? If you are in a high vibrational state of love and alignment, you naturally will give to others. You naturally will help others. Your mere presence will be enough to help other people. Don't try to help people as a way to prove to yourself or to others that you are somehow this rescuer, this high vibrational person. Don't help people with the assumption that, okay, if I helped you, that means that you have to help me. Help people from a place of such emotional overflow and abundance that it won't matter if they return the gesture or not. In fact, if they return it, it's like it'll just be a bonus plus to you. It'll just add on to your life, but it won't, if it doesn't happen, it won't feel like anything's missing. Does that make sense? Just because you are in this high vibrational state doesn't mean that you need to be the rescuer all the time. Make boundaries when necessary. Retreat when you need to. Take care of yourself and prioritize yourself first, because you cannot help anyone else. You cannot give from an empty cup, right? So I think I want to wrap this up for now. I just want to reiterate that if this message has found you, congratulations. You've done amazing work. And the imminent blackout on these forces that have been so used to ruling and to abusing and to controlling our world, they're going to suddenly be in a position that they've never been in, or not for many millennia, many thousands of years, where they will not have access to the powers that they used to have access to. They will not have the same connection that they once had. They won't be able to access it because there's too much love frequency, too much high vibrational alignment to source energy on the planet. There are too many people who have connected to them, to their higher essence, in such a way where it creates this blackout that they cannot navigate anymore. So just the message of this whole reading is just keep taking care of yourself. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep focusing on your spiritual practices. Keep moving your body, exercising, eating well, sleeping well, resting when you need to. Keep prioritizing your connection to source, your connection to the earth, your connection to your inner being, to your angels, to your ancestors. Keep prioritizing all of those aspects. Keep meditating, keep praying. That is going to be the thing that does this, that blocks them off. So just keep doing it. Keep doing it. I want to thank you guys if you've made it all the way to the end here. If you're interested in a personal reading, I am available. You can find the information for all of that down below. Sending you lots of love.